What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Hot Atlanta, where some might say the players play. Isn't that right, Mike? We're out here for a fun one. It is Thursday night. That means it is Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. It is the next-gen cars here in the Cyber Thunder Racing League. Second race of this new season with a new divisional format. And we're going to be mini speedway, super speedway racing, if you will, here at the newly paved and designed Atlanta Motor Speedway. Get the appetite going, I guess, before the pro guys do it here in a very cold Atlanta. So it's not really hot Atlanta right now. It is freezing cold out here for Sunday. But, Mike, we got 110 laps in the books tonight. that these drivers will be going here, second race of the season. Last week we saw Cody Richardson pick up the win at Homestead. What do we think we got in store tonight at Atlanta? Mike has left the room. He was so excited to be here that he had peaced out for a minute. So we're gonna keep rolling, but it's gonna be a fun one here tonight. 110 laps. They got 60% fuel, 5 total sets of tires. Here in those fuel runs are about 35 to 42-ish laps is kind of where the fuel looks to be running here tonight. So we're gonna see. But like I said, this is the new and improved, for, if you will, for some. Some hate it. Some like the new setup, some like the old version, but for Atlanta, it is going to be bumper-to-bumper, super speedway style, 2 wide, maybe even 3 wide as this race continues. Right now, we're seeing a lot of drivers practice that pit road entry and really getting that dialed in, as they're going to be carrying a lot of speed here tonight. Last week was the opening race, and as a recap here for this new season, it is a divisional race. So there's essentially 5 different races or 4 different races happening all at once. So obviously you're racing for the overall win. Cody Richardson got that last week. But then each division is also racing to see who can place the highest within their independent division. So again, we got 3 divisions out here, which are identified by the red, white, and blue colors there on the timing tower. You see white for the drivers' numbers like Cody Richardson, Dave Sanders, Coleridge Finney-Moore. Those are Division 1 drivers. A lot of them are your team captains for their independent teams. Drivers highlighted in blue, those are your Division 2 drivers. There's about 10 there, and then there are 20 that are going to be in red. Those are the Division 3 drivers. And so each division is racing for their own championship at the end of the season, as well as all the different teams. So different teams are running for for the points as well. So we got a team championship and then the 3 divisional wins. So all season long, it is 4 different season championships. And then during the race, it's essentially 5 different races for the overall within your division, and then also with your team and your teammates and working that strategy. If we look at the division points coming in, so Cody Richardson picking up the win last week, obviously he's leading in Division 1 by about 5 points. We're going to work on some graphics down the road to get those pulled in, but second race of the season, we're just going to just do these over audio. So Cody Richardson leading right now over Adam Pettit. That's 1-2 in Division 1. If we go to Division 2, Stephen Meoke, the caboose, is actually leading the way. He's got 38 points, a 3-point lead over Jerry Isaacs in second. So there's your 1-2 in Division 2. Over in Division 3, John Ross, who picked up a podium finish last week, he's currently leading in Division 3, got a 4-point lead over Corey Sherman in second. And from a points perspective, Kyle Nadeau's team, so front row Kyle Nadeau, his team there, Northern Empire Racing right now, has an 18-point lead over Cody Richardson's Man Down Motorsports. But that's only 1 race in. We have still got 14 more to go. And it looks like Mike was able to get back in. He went to go pick up some nachos, I believe, and we're back up and running. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I think I spilled the nacho cheese into the computer, so.
That seems to be the trend here on the network.
I think we got it figured out. The internet decided to kick me out for a second, so I think we're good, man. Atlanta, Chris, this is going to get nuts.
It's going to get nuts. I was just asking about that, what you were anticipating coming in here this week. So last week we saw Cody Richardson pick up his first win of the season, continuing right what he picked off or started off with last season, just collecting wins. You think he's a top runner here tonight, or what do you expect to see this little 1.5 mile super speedway, if you will?
I do. Normally, I would say, a super speedway style race, it's anybody's game. But, here at Atlanta, it's so tight. It's, you don't have 3 lanes. It's so fast. And honestly, Chris, your tires wear. You start to push. So you've got to be able to drive these cars. Who better than the guy that's up front all the time, Cody? So I think Cody's got a pretty good shot. Same with Tuesday night. Tuesday night's winner, Coleridge. I think Coleridge will be right up there with him.
How about this on the timing board right now? 5th in overall top time. Picking up his first win last night, the 9 car, Mr. Joey Sainz. He's currently 5th on the timing board, and he's kind of what we call a super speedway specialist. This might play into his cards tonight.
Wouldn't that be cool to see him get his first and then go back to back? So yeah, I know you're not supposed to root as the broadcaster. I'll kind of root for Joey tonight.
We can't bet. That's the thing. We can't put our bets in.
Oh. Dang it. Chris, I don't have all the stuff you do. Whose team is Joey on?
Whose team is Joey on?
Let's see if we can find that. Put him on the spot here, folks.
Joey is part of Crash Test Dummies. He is part of Dave Sanders' team with Jerry Isaacs and Bob Rogerson.
I mean, I don't think Bob's here tonight. I see Dave. I don't see Bob. But with Jerry and Dave, I mean, those guys can run super speedways too. So who better to get Joey up there to back-to-back wins, right, than his teammates? So
yep,
that would be cool to see.
Practice here is getting a little bit wound down earlier. Jerry, Mike, we saw some 3 wide. I was going back to last year all there for a second there, but we saw some 3 wide racing earlier. How much 3 wide do you think we're going to see here tonight? You think they'll save that towards the end of the race and maybe treat this somewhat like we see at the super speedways, where it might start a little hectic and then kind of get into a stretch and then get back into turning the heat back on?
You know, I'd like to think so, but, you know, Chris, last week we had 2 cautions in 2 races. This week, in the first 2 races we've had, I think, 16 or 17. So if we're going to follow that trend, these guys are wrecking all night. So
hopefully that's not what we see tonight.
3 wide from lap 1 to lap, I don't even know how many laps we got tonight.
110 laps. 110 laps.
A lot of 3 wide.
Here we can see Kyle is out getting some draft practice there with Cody Richardson. I think we'll see drivers here. The runs at Atlanta, they are big here. It is some fast runs here in that draft, so it is going to be a lot of fun to watch. See which drivers do that strategy of hang back. Again, another rule change here, Mike. You have to put a time on the board in qualifying.
I really think you have to be within a second or something of the leader. I don't think you can even, you know, we saw Coleridge do it Tuesday, where he just kind of went out. He didn't actually end up crossing the start-finish, but he went out and kind of put in a slow time. I'm pretty sure in this Thursday night series, you actually have to be in touch with the leader's time. So you got to go out and go fast, Chris.
That you do. Well, we're going to jump aside here for our Stars and Stripes before we get into the quick 2-lap, 5-minute qualifying. It is going to be a fun one here tonight in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup, part of the Cyber Thunder Racing League. We'll be right with you after the Stars and Stripes.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, Mike, practice is in the books. That means we are getting ready for qualifying here. Starting to see some drivers getting gridded up here. Let's go with drivers actually moving out on the track. How about Coleridge? Was starting to have a really good run last week. See what he can get done here tonight in qualifying.
And again, like we talked about, Chris, we know Coleridge likes to start in the back, but man, you got to put a time in. So we'll see where he actually starts.
We'll see if we see the speeds pick up here to tell us whether or not he's going to put in a time. If I'm going to go to someone else on the camera, he's already about 10 miles an hour slower than everybody else in these corners. Just so we're all on the same page here. I think he's toying with. I think he's toying with us. What do you think?
Coleridge playing Coleridge games. I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah, I don't think I see him now. He's getting into the 170s. I was say everybody else is like deep in the 170s already, and he's just now getting there. So now he's turned it on. Now he is matching speeds here on his opening lap. Coleridge, team leader for the Velocity crew, rocking a new paint. I don't think he had this last week. Ooh, with a logo as well on the car. Look at that. They went all out with this team.
Yeah, it makes it really fun when the guys get into it like that.
Let's go to Kendon over here. He's also one of our in-car drivers. Let's spy on him. Let's see what he's doing on his qualifying run here. With his googly eyes.
His shirt kind of matches his car. You know, I shouldn't be allowed to look at drivers' cameras, Chris. I'm judging his background. Are those DVDs back there?
That's how you went. What you got in that room? Hey, just because we're in the deep south, we can't be doing a bunch of ludicrous quotes out here. Kendon's going to come across. He's right now 9th. How about this? Dan Keene on the top of the board was. Gary Bowman, last season's regular champion, is going to go to the top of the board. Right now, Mike, the entire grid is separated by less than a second.
Those rules are playing into effect where you got to go.
Top 13, top 17 are all separated by just a tenth. Look at this. How about this, Mike?
Terry's going to like that one. You see who just jumped to the top of the chart?
Oh, that they did. Dusty Martin. How about this, Mike? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So how many cars is that? That's five cars there? 6 cars? Math is hard. 5 cars. 5 cars all ran the same exact time. 31.33 for some drivers out here.
Yep. They cheated.
They all cheated.
They all just used Coleridge's time.
So Dusty Martin on point. Here comes across Carter for his first lap. Carter,
I think his car said he's on fire.
Yeah, if there was an award for the ugliest paint job.
Oh, hands down. I don't know. There's one that looks like somebody colored it in.
Good point. Good point.
But
Carter's
yeah,
coming around. This is the hot lap, I think, here. He's way down on that line, which in the race here tonight, Mike, that is out of bounds. You cannot advance positions below that red line.
yeah, that'll be interesting to see, Chris, because, man, it gets tight on that front stretch. You know, so to keep that bottom line completely above that red line is, I think it's a challenge, personally.
Yeah, we're going to watch what's going to happen. They're not out of bounds in qualifying. See, Dave Sanders is out on the track right now. He is yet to put a time in, as well as 2 other drivers right now, Mike. So very interesting here. Andrew Caldwell and Alan Ayers are yet to qualify.
Yeah, and we're down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, so what does that mean for them? They get end of line?
I don't know.
See when we get to the race. Dave Sanders is going to come across in 31st. But yeah, 2 drivers here with this new rule. So we'll have to see what that's going to look like here. But Andrew Caldwell and Alan Ayers effectively are going to be at the end because they're the only 2 drivers to not put in a time.
I want to say it's a points deduction as well.
I think it might be, actually. We're getting live updates from race control. But qualifying is going to come to an end as we're getting some of these live updates. But let's go ahead and go through our starting lineup here tonight in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. Front row, we are going to have Dusty Martin and Gary Bowman. Row 2, we'll see Dan Keene and Chris Wheeler. Row 3, Evan Watkins, Neil Hale. Row 4, Adam Pettit and Cody Meadows. And rounding out your starting top 10, we will see Andy Cork and Joey Sainz. Behind them,
Oh,
Kyle.
yeah.
You read race control. I'll keep going through the grid. Row 6, we're going to see Kyle Nadeau and Cody Richardson. So 2 heavy hitters there, kind of a little bit further back. Behind them, we'll see Eric Anderson and John Ross in row 7. Row 8, we'll see Kendon Koch and Paul Turner, Jeremy Flanagan, Coleridge Finney-Moore, and then rounding out your starting top 20 will be Corey Sherman and Stephen Hine.
Here, I can help now. So after that, we've got Garrett Johnson, Robert McMillan Jr., Mr. Dave Gainforth, Leroy back there. I don't know if you heard it Tuesday night, but I told Leroy that's the best looking car in the field. Carter Lawson. There's a heavy hitter back there. Jerry Isaac and Stephen Mioch are probably going to work together to get up front. Dave Rodertson, Chris Letts, Ed Jurgen, Dave Sanders, Justin Horton, Jacob Bowen, Caleb Elswick, Stevie Music, Connor Hazel, and then I think just the last 2 guys that didn't qualify, right, Chris? Yeah. Andrew Caldwell and Alan Ayers to round out the field.
Yeah, and then here we're seeing in here it is minus 1 point for not qualifying. So Andrew Caldwell will get a point deduction. Alan actually had a technical or something happened. He had to put the car back on the hauler and exit the race. Oh, and Dusty's now having major blinking issues on the front row for that 35. So he might get put end of longest line if that continues during this pace lap.
Yeah, figure it out, Dusty. Terry, go wiggle the wires. Don't wiggle the wires.
Go do something. So we are rolling. Looks like here also the red line, as much as it's out of bounds, it's kind of out of bounds tonight if you are not advancing your position. So they're going to be a little bit lenient on that tonight, knowing that some of these drivers will go under that because that front stretch and the way it kicks can get very narrow very quickly. So they're going to be a little bit lenient as long as you are not advancing position. You can go down there. Have fun, race control, watching that later.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, hey, there's that car I was talking about with the coloring. It looks like he's got a door.
It's a paper mache car.
Ah.
Tell you what, you don't want your car to end up and be like paper mache tonight. The slightest damage here in a draft-style track can hurt you, but we've seen these cars are resilient, so we'll see how that's going to carry over tonight. But pace cars coming down. That means we're getting ready to go to green here. Opening laps. Race 2 in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. And we are underway.
See if Dusty gets that good run down into one, maybe clear Gary there.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, we've already got Calamity. We're going to have to go back and watch that in a minute. But Mioch is already on pit road and has damage.
Wonder what
No caution. I mean, I saw him go off track real quick and wonder if that's a first gear start. We've seen that is a little bit dangerous for these cars. But lap 1 is going to be Dusty Martin.
getting that all-important bonus point.
Gary Bowman trying to get that second line formed up here, but it's a little bit slow on the point. Looks like it's getting a little bit more single file, and we've already got 2 groups have kind of separated themselves out, but you wonder if some of that is because of whatever happened on the start of this race with Mioch.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I gotta guess that's what happened, to get them single file that quick, get them separated that quick. Whatever happened there had to check up part of the field.
Chris Wheeler on the back bumper of Gary Bowman. Let's go back real quick here. They're on lap 3 of this opening piece here, and it's kind of getting a little bit settled down and see what just happened with Mioch at the very start of this race. All right, so we can see here he's getting a start. So they're kind of accordioned here a little bit. Oh, up in the top row an accordion, Ed Jurgen gets into Mioch. And then Ed Jurgen's going to go up and collect more cars in this. So that is what happened at the start of the race. It wasn't Mioch at all. He was just involved in, yeah, something with Ed Jurgen. I think Caleb Elswick was involved in that as well. He's way off pace back here. But I mean, Mike, that's what that back there was real accordioned out. So I know race control will probably work on them to control that in the future, and we need to be kind of a little bit stacked up here to try to avoid those accordions in future races. But Dusty Martin still leading the way here. Lap 5 of 110. And they're coming in on Mioch here to lap him.
Yeah, that's going to get real tight. And to go back to that start real quick, Chris, that's why we stress that it needs to be, nose to tail, because that kind of stuff will just ruin somebody's race for no reason.
Doing this camera just to make Mike sick because he's got a different view of this. But here's a little panel. You can see just how close right now White, far away it is, but he's going to get real close here. So they're going to go by Mio. But later on, Mike, we're going to see door-to-door racing. I think they're going to really tighten up this group, and later on in the race, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. As Mio is now going to go a lap down.
I'm not going to see anything when you do that because that makes me motion sick.
We've pretty much have gone old school plate racing here of single file outside of just a handful of cars on this outside lane. Cody Richardson, though, is going to jump up. So he's seeing something on that outside line that he likes.
Well, now I heard from some of the guys, and we'll see if it comes to fruition, but I've heard that the beginning of the run, the bottom line's faster, and then as the tires start to wear, you can get the top line to move better. So we'll see if that really works out, if the cars just move up naturally.
I think right now everyone's maybe with that little incident at the start being a little bit more cautious and what have you. Jerry Isaacs right now, largest mover of the race forwards. He is up 7 positions. You can see him trying to work that outside line to see if he can catch maybe Coleridge's draft and close this up as more drivers are now moving to that top shelf to see if they can get it closed in. And then behind Jerry, Mike,
that's a really big
the track map here is a big gap. You have 2.5 seconds to then another group of cars here led by Leroy.
Yeah, and I mean, I know we do this at, Daytona and Talladega, but man, this place is not 2.5 miles long. So to drop off, just try to avoid the mess, you're going to end up a lap down pretty quick.
And then there's another one behind, so 3 seconds behind this. So Paul Turner's the last car in this group. There he is with David Gainforth. It's another 2.5 seconds back, and there's another group here with Chris Letts, Dave Sanders, Carter Lawson's in this group. So we kind of have different packets of groups here outside of the 2-3 cars that were involved in that lap 1 incident.
Yeah, the only thing these guys can do at this point is just, stay single file is what I was going to say.
Look at this, though. Up front, though, they are getting too wide here. Adam Pettit's going to jump to that outside line now. But the front 5 have kind of broken away here a little bit.
Yeah, Dusty likes seeing it in his mirror there. He'd hope that front 5 could just get single file and they could stretch it out.
That second group has caught them now, so it was a front 5, not anymore. So we're still trying to learn all these teams. Where is Daniel Keene and Dusty? They are not teammates. Chris Wheeler, though, back there is teammates with Dusty.
Oh, that gets tight going around somebody, especially there on the front stretch. That top lane just wants to push it in the wall.
Oh, I thought they were 3 wide, but it was a lap. Ed Jurgen is now going to go a lap down. Not the start to the race he was looking forward to here tonight. Cody Richardson up 8 spots, already into 4th position.
Yeah, and that's not what the rest of these guys want to see. They know how strong Cody is. I mean, they want to work with him because they know how strong Cody is, but at the same time, they don't want to see him up front. So
it's almost like you kind of see these like little runs of 2 wide, and then they'll go back to single file and maybe get a little situated, catch their breath, if you will, and then go right back into a 2 wide scenario. How about Cody Meadows up there as well in the 8, up 3 positions into 5th spot right now.
Yeah, he hasn't had opportunity to put it in the wall yet. I have faith in him.
Faith in him that he's going to do that.
He's pretty good at it.
Oh, who's taking him? Who went under him there? Evan Watkins saw an opening, almost took it. Cody didn't know he was there at first. As they're going to put Caleb Ellswick now a lap down here early in this race.
Yeah, Chris, and I think that's a product of the big old spoiler on the back of this car. You can't really see the corner entry. It looked like Evan, started to look low, and then there was a corner there, and he had to get back in line.
First lead change of the night. Daniel Keene is going to move to the front, but Adam Pettit with a huge move in the middle of the tri-oval to the bottom. He's now going to take point, but watch out in that front row. That is teammates there. The 85 and the 64, Man Down Motorsports. Look at that run.
That was huge. And that was all momentum. You know, the bottom lane, Dusty got left out to dry. They had to check up when they got behind him, so there was no momentum there, and the top lane was just formed up and went on by.
And Cody Meadows went right with them. Thank you. I will join and take your air and go with you all the way. And now the top three are kind of moving out. Look, Cody Richardson has not left the bumper of the 85.
Yeah, and that's going to be a benefit of having Cody as your team captain, is because he's really, really good at that. So I expect him to be doing that as much as he can all night.
At 82, 83, 84 miles an hour here down the front stretch. No lift right now. They are full throttle all the way around. We're about halfway, Mike, if we trust kind of the fuel numbers they were giving us. We're coming up on halfway through this opening fuel run.
Yeah, green flag pit stops should be pretty interesting. You come in pretty fast here.
We saw a lot of drivers practicing it. Now, whether or not they were safe when they were coming in, we saw a lot of practice. Dusty's been shuffled all the way back into 8th position, and he's kind of now leading us another group of cars, if you will. So they're too wide, and everyone in front of them is single file and about a second ahead of this group.
Yeah, they need to. This too wide needs to get it figured out, because that front group's just going to run away from them. There's Dusty dropping to the bottom. I mean, you still, 3 wide back there. Looks like they got it figured out.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That tri-oval is insane.
It is. You know, again, with that spoiler, you can't see on that top line, and it feels like that wall just comes down and gets in your racing line. The car naturally just wants to go where the wall is.
Jerry Isaacs, he's still back here, 12 positions. He's going to move up to the top shelf. So they're starting to feel some momentum is there. Dusty was able to kind of break away back from this group again. He's now caught that lead group, took Adam with him. Joey Sainz is going to try to do the same thing now.
That may pull that back group up to them. You know, there being a little gap there, and they'd be able to catch their draft and just kind of pull this whole group back together.
No change up at the front, though. Daniel Keene still leading the way. Cody Richardson, Cody Meadows. It's the battle of the Codys.
Seen that one before.
All we needed was the 08 in here, so we could have the battle of the Codys and the 8 versus the 08.
I'm looking at another guy we talked about. Biggest mover of the race so far, Coleridge, is up 11 spots into 7th.
There he is, just kind of chilling right there.
Yep, and we've talked about it before. Usually Coleridge, will do his back to front challenge. He'll hang out in the back, and then about halfway he'll start coming. But these rule changes and then this kind of track, here he is up front early.
So we kind of got 4 different groups out here right now. You got this main group. We go a little bit further back, not as far back now. It's only 1.6 seconds. Is Jerry here leading this group with Neil Hale and Stephen Hine. Behind them, though, is another group here, Corey Sherman. They're about 2 seconds back from the tail end of that first group or the second group we were looking at with Eric Anderson. But then way back here, they are 11 seconds off the lead group. This is a group led by Dave Sanders, but this group back here, Mike, they are not grouped up and formed up at all. They need to get that figured out to see if they can make some advancements here.
Yeah, I think they think they're running the old Atlanta.
Or just being very cautious of cautions at this point.
Yeah, it looks very, very cautious.
Yeah, I mean, to give you an idea, they're just now entering turn 3, and the leaders just went across the start-finish line to start lap 24.
Yeah, they're just dropping further and further behind. They're going to need a caution to get caught back up. I think the other 2 groups have a chance. That group is they're in trouble early.
You see Caleb is up here in this group right now. He is not on the lead lap car, the 16 here, Caleb Ellswick. He is a lap down, but he is the first car a lap down. But he's trying to keep this 92 behind him. So this is kind of a battle for a lucky dog, a race within the race. So race number 7 going on tonight.
It looked like we might be going 3 wide there. No, they got it figured out. Seems so tight to me out here. I've only raced this track once in these cars, and holy cow, it just seems really like there's not enough room. Coleridge to the top shelf. See if he's making a run to the front. Not a lot of help though.
No, he's just got Chris Wheeler behind him, but I mean, a lot of Coleridge's group is not in this. Well, he does have John Ross right in front of him, so that is Coleridge and John Ross. They are teammates here in the Velocity crew. The number 80, their other teammate was unable to make it here tonight. Matt Shantosh was unable to race tonight, and then Connor Hazel is in a further back group. He's in that third group that's way off pace right now.
Yeah, it looks like more people are starting to move to that top, and I know it's fairly late in the run, but I wonder if it's starting to get kind of, the tires are starting to wear on that bottom line, and it feels like that top might be able to move, but these guys aren't really going forward either.
No, they're just kind of stalling out, but you also see them they're not really door to door. I mean, they're bumper to bumper and pushing, but not really door to door trying to choke down the other lane and hold them down tight in the corners yet. Yet is the key word there, Mike.
Yeah. And I'm thankful for that. I've seen enough cautions in the last 2 days.
I've seen him as well here on the network, spying on you and your work you've been doing on Tuesday and Wednesdays. I've been out this week. Good job up there.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
Back out of here, John Ross. You can see Coleridge just kind of getting these runs and getting on him and right into the corner and then backing off during the corner. But look at the gap this group has created over that other group back there with Stephen Hine and Jerry, and then they are now 3.6 seconds back here from Coleridge, about 3 seconds back from this group. So they are falling back here even as this group's running 2x2.
Yeah, really fast too, because it wasn't too long ago Jerry was right up here with these guys. So
yeah, they are trying to push here. Stephen Hine, Jeremy Flanagan, see if they can separate a little bit. But it almost seems like that 2x2 group has got a lot more pace than this group does right now. Yeah, I mean, to give you an idea here, Daniel Keene's last lap was half a second faster than that second group. And he's bringing all of these drivers with him. This whole front group was a half a second faster than that group back there. Now the group with Dave Sanders and Connor Hazel that's way back there, they're running identical lap times to this lead group. But that middle group, if you will, yeah, something's up there. They are way off pace compared to the leaders. Way off pace seems weird to say half a second, but a track like this, that's a big distance.
That's a big difference, and I wonder why that is.
This one was a little bit closer, but still 0.3 of a second. So
yeah, if you look, Chris, they're more separated. You know what I mean? There's a car length there, and there's a car length there. Or that front group, I mean, yeah, look, they're closer. I'm not sure. That top lane's starting to move forward.
Yep. Apologize, already seeing that. My internet was just blinking on me, but we're back now.
Awesome.
It's fun. You can always tell when it's you because every car on the track blinks.
Yep. So Chris, I'm hearing from race control. He's telling me that he advised that they enter the pits on turn 3. Now whether these guys will listen to his advice, we'll see.
During practice, they were all coming in like coming out of 4 almost. They were deep in that corner before. So he's saying try to enter here.
Right.
Yeah, practice they were entering like here.
Yeah. So, and we both know we both like to drive these race cars. You're going to try to get every bit of it you can. So I personally I don't know that I would enter into 3. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can until I don't have to.
Here come lap 34. We heard it opens around 35 to 37. Oh, door to door there. Who was that? Evan Watkins and John Ross were door to door coming out of the corners. It looked like the 25 kind of moved up the track a little bit. But Mike, so we're kind of entering where fuel window opens, but then it was taking us into 42, 43 range. So it's anybody's guess at this point.
Yeah. You know, you got to think Dan up there leading. He's been leading for a while. He's got to have less fuel than everybody else. But then, you know, even guys like Evan here, Evan's full throttle trying to catch back up. So he's using more fuel. So, oh, I'm hearing, that's a lap down car, but I hear the 21 is coming this time. There's a couple more calling it. The first one I hear is Kyle Nadeau there. Corey Sherman, yeah, here they go.
Woo!
They seem to get it wound up pretty well.
Well, looked like Robert was coming in pretty quick. So here's your first group. They are on pit road, getting it situated and formed up. That's good on Miok. So Miok, even though a lap down, is pitting with his team. So that was a lot of Northern Empire there with Kyle, Steven, and Corey Sherman all coming in.
Yeah, good call. So that was definitely organized to keep them together.
Yeah.
This front group's all pretty much single file now, so you can tell they're getting ready for pit stops as well.
Yeah, it's getting close here. Miok is still on pit road, though. He is getting damage repair. Or no, that's Steven Music has come down. They got similar names, throws me off. Yeah, Music's on pit road all by himself, and it looks like he has gotten some damage as well.
Oh, I'm hearing the leaders this time.
All right, Eric Anderson just came on pit road.
A lot of people are calling it out, Chris. I think it's about to get really, really... They saved it.
I'm just saying, good tell race control. Ain't nobody pitting from the start of turn 3.
Oh, that was... Whew.
So leaders are all in this front group. Big old group coming in behind them, part of that second group. So they're all coming in, Carter Lawson and them. So now we'll see, does this group come in? Yeah, here comes John Ross. Coleridge is slowing it down. Ed Jurgen, Gary Bowman.
Those guys seem to get off the track a little earlier. That may cost them.
Oh,
there was a lockup after the cones. That might be trouble.
Yeah, that might be. Here's even more coming in behind. More smoke. More. Logging it down. Jerry is on pit road. Oh, Jerry's boxed in. Oh, that's going to hurt Jerry there. He was boxed in and had to get on the brakes.
That was a smart move by him, though, because you'll see some guys think they can just turn left. And
yeah, no, he was very aware. Uh-oh. Where am I
we
looking?
do have caution, Chris.
Yeah, there is a car spun who I think just came out of pit road.
Is that Garrett?
That is Garrett Johnson here. That's what I was looking for as I saw red. What does this do for the drive? I tell you right, if you were on pit road right now, you're just going to roll right through. But looks like they were all stopped. And
yeah, this is definitely going to mix it up.
all right, let's see what happened to Garrett here. This is, I think, coming out of pit road. It is. He's coming out onto pit road. Fresh tires. Oh, is that a downshift like we saw last week?
That's exactly what it looked like. Oh, cool.
Well, you know what we can do, though?
What can we do?
Well, we have the power.
I didn't know you were a He-Man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Second
And
to
just real
first.
quick, yeah.
So 2 weeks in a row, a downshift from second to first has brought out a caution. Depending on how this all rolls out right here, I'm showing Gary Bowman as the race leader.
Yeah, both my timing charts. That's where I see it. Gary and then Coleridge in second. So
Yeah, and John Ross in third. Cody Richardson's back here. But they've caught the pace car, and Coleridge is out in this group with John Ross. I think Gary Bowman is slowing down to wait for the pace car. You know what this means, though, Mike? They are all stacked right back on top of each other now.
yeah, I was really curious to see if that was going to break them up, but they didn't want it to break them up apparently. You know, I really think Garrett's such a nice guy. He was trying to make Eric feel better and was like, look, it can happen to anyone. I think that's what happened there.
Say that again.
I said, I think Garrett's such a nice guy. He was just trying to help Eric feel better for that happening to him last week. And he was like, look, it can happen to anyone.
Well, and it was good time. I mean, he shot right up across the track, too. So luckily there wasn't like a group of cars coming there. That could have been big time. All right, well, here we go. Gary Bowman. I'm showing on the lead lap. And I think Caleb here is going to get the lucky dog. Well, he's going to go out. He's still... Oh, he's coming out now. Okay, I was going to say, he's cutting it close here with where the pace car is. But I think he's going to get back on the lead lap now.
Yeah, I'm curious. What happened to Dan? Wasn't Dan up there leading with Cody? What?
I think Dan might... It looks like he might have been caught speeding. I see a 54-second pit stop, and that usually tells us speeding.
Yeah, and he's a lap down now, so he went from the lead to a lap down. Yeah, this is definitely going to switch everything up, and you know who it really benefits is that last group that was, you know, a half a track behind with Dave Sanders and that. So those guys are all going to be caught back up, and they know what not to do to lose the pack, hopefully, this time.
Yeah, well, let's see how this restart will go, too. I can't remember here if it's on green or leader, but I don't think it's still... You don't want to get that big jump, but see if they learn anything of that early accordion. See, Garrett is on pit road, getting that damage repaired as best he can. That front wheel does not look normal, though. That's going to be a long time in the pits for him, I believe.
Yeah, he tried to make the car shorter. It doesn't help aerodynamically, so.
All right. Well, now Gary Bowman is...
He's putting the whole field a lap down. I'm not sure what's going on here.
I don't know either, because, yeah, I've got him like 9 seconds up. Nope, now he's getting back off the gas here. And slowing back down. Yeah, I don't... Maybe he thought he needed to go, but he doesn't here. Oh, no, he's catching the pace car. Something happened here, and everybody stopped for the pace car at one point.
Is he going by again? What is going on here, Chris?
iRacing is not a fan of green flag pit stops. Now he's pulling back down again.
I think Gary broke it. We're going to blame it on Gary.
There's Coleridge. Well, lights are out, so we're going to go back here. I think they got it figured out, but something caused them all to be way back from the pace car.
Are they all single file?
They're all single file behind Coleridge. I'm wondering...
Did we implement the choose cone and I didn't know what's going on here?
I don't know what's going on here, but they are all single file. Okay, now Cody Richardson's going up to the second lane. The 85 is getting sent backwards. Well, he's a lap down, so that...
If I was race control, I'd extend this caution because this looks messy.
Yeah, and then the 89 is like really gapping here.
Yeah.
Stephen Hine is not really closing in. Now Jerry's going to move back down.
Yeah, I'm hearing race control telling them to close up, but man, we're coming out at 4 here, so they're going to go green and.
Yeah, they are. This is. All right, here we go. They are getting lined up again. Whoa, John trying to get the jump there. That really choked up that second with John trying to get the jump there. That second lane did not move. Coleridge and Gary Bowman side by side. Here comes Cody Richardson and Cody Meadows on the top lane.
That broke up the whole pack. I mean, they are separated right now. So I think we're going to see what we saw last time where we get a front pack and a back pack. A backpack. I said a backpack, Chris.
A backpack. Oh, look at this. Cody Richardson's going to leave Cody Meadows. See you later. Yeah, I wonder if race control in the next one is going to tell these guys we got to get a little bit closer here, or read what iRacing is telling you to do. Because yeah, we've already got a second group's already 2 seconds off pace, and then there's a third group another 2 seconds off pace.
somebody just disappeared there. That's either Spark, Leroy.
Yeah, the 45. So we'll see here, 46 coming to flat 47 of 110 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup.
Well, I talked about those two guys pre-race, and here they are up front during the race.
Yeah, 17 spots gained for Coleridge. However, not the biggest move of the race anymore. Coleridge's teammate, Connor Hazel, Mike, up 25 positions.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, Chris, he was in that third pack on that first run, so this really benefited Connor to be able to get up here and get with the lead pack.
It did, big time. So he's up 25 positions. David Robertson in front of him is up 18. Jerry up there in the 51 is up 19 positions. So there's some big movers. Big movers forward and some big movers backwards. Like this driver right here.
Oh,
yep. It's still early though. Still a lot of things can happen in this race, but this would make sense at a Daytona, Talladega. At this track, I think you still want to be in that front group all race long.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Again, I've only ran this race once, but I can't see this track being this small. I can't see wanting to drop back at all. I want to stay in touch with the leaders, stay up there so you're in the know and have a shot close to the end.
Ooh, Cody Meadows slides up there as we're running on Jerry here. He's trying to push John up there to see the second row going. I wonder if everyone has also learned the other teams and if he knows that that's John's teammate leading up there. In every other night, the 64 and the 51 would be teammates, but not today.
At this point in this kind of race, I think you're just looking for anybody that's going to help your car move to the front. I know you want to work with your teammates, but at the end of the day, it's a race. Everybody wants to win, so you're just trying to find the guy that you can hook up with. Now, if you can hook up with your teammates, like right there with the 99, if Coleridge gets a shot, he's going to get that 99 behind him or get behind that 99.
Well, look at that. Cody's going to move up, take the advantage of Coleridge's teammate. Last week's winner leading this race.
And his teammate, not teammate, they're leading the outside line. Again, Jerry was one of those guys that... yeah. Jerry was one of those guys that was stuck in those back packs. He was in that second pack, so it's benefited him as well.
You think about Cody Richardson here, team captain for Man Down Motorsports, so he's leading the way. Let's see, Andy Cork is on his team. Andy Cork is back here in 20th position. Eric Anderson is in 27th, leading this kind of second group, or third group, if you will. And then Daniel Keene a lap down way back here. So, Man Down Motorsports, Cody's kind of hoping maybe another win can help them in points and close this race up with Northern Empire, but he's going to want to work with his teammates a little bit here. That's the point of these divisionals. Let these team captains bring some of these drivers along and help them and keep almost treat this as a pseudo development, but more of that team strategy and, get them moving along.
Yeah, it adds so many elements, so many layers, kind of like an onion. I don't think we've uncovered them all yet.
No, we have not yet. Here we go. Coleridge to the outside. Jerry's going to be pushing there.
Yeah, this is interesting to see here, Coach. So does Coleridge try to get with the 99, and then Jerry and Cody want to work together, whether they're on teams or not. They've done it so many times. Coleridge just did to Cody what Cody did to Coleridge. Used his teammates to get to the front.
Top 10 though is a lot of just team captains right now. I think out of the 10 drivers, 6 of these are team captains up here racing Division 1 drivers. Jerry Isaacs is the highest Division 2 right now in third, and John Ross is going to fall the 5th highest Division 3 driver right now.
Still a long way to go, Chris. I mean, we're over halfway though.
It is a long way to go. So long that I think I need to go back to your favorite camera.
Oh, I'm not looking.
See how tight this gets there.
Yeah, I need Dramamine. Going by pretty fast.
It is going by here. So this is the first group, 12 cars. Connor Hazel's on the tail end of it.
Okay.
Then it is 4.6 seconds back to Joey Sainz, Justin Horton, David Gainforth in this group here. They got Kendon Koch, Paul Turner, Dave Sanders in here. Kyle is the last car in this group. And then it's about a second back here to Andy. And this little 5-car pack with Carter Lawson on the tail end. Then it's another second back, and it's Eric Anderson. So we're still getting these little groups spread out all over the place. These three groups here, the last two we went through, can group up pretty quickly, I feel, and maybe get a run to see if they can close in on those top 12 drivers.
Yeah, that's what I'd be wanting to do. I'd be communicating as much as I can over iRace control and trying to talk everybody into getting in single file, and let's see if we can't catch back up. Man, they're really far back there for a super speedway race. So Connor gonna lose the draft here. He's pretty far off.
No, I don't think he's going to lose the draft. He's 0.2. I think he should be fine. But yeah, don't want to lift in any way. So just stay on it at this point. It's probably hard for Connor too. You got to think, any other season, the 89 right there, they are teammates in the other series, Stephen Hine. So does he go up and try to run with him a little bit? But Stephen Hine is actually on Adam Pettit's team with Rev Racing.
Oh, he's right there behind his team captain.
Yep.
Like I said, teammates, not teammates. I mean, you got to work with the guys you know when it
Frenemies.
comes down to it. Yes.
Once again, though, this group is really grouped up and is running times. I mean, that second group's starting to close in now, but they're only about a tenth faster in that second group, led by Joey Sainz. Trying to get our gap back up and running. It keeps saying that John Ross is in the pits, and we know that's not accurate. Steven Music, way off pace, down on the apron. Oh, he's got damage.
Yeah, it's those peeps. Oh, look at that. We missed it, but somehow Jerry got to the back of Cody.
Jerry did drop down there. Coleridge, though, leading the way. He 3 wide. Oh, I thought we were going to go 3 wide there for a minute. It looked like potentially Evan Watkins, and then we're going to go 3 wide.
You're seeing, Chris, that top line, and it's pretty early to start doing it, but they're starting to squeeze closer and closer to that bottom line through the middle of the turns.
I should say they're getting a little bit more aggressive here on this side drafting. You start to wonder, though, how much is it at the 23 and the 99 maybe just controlling the front lanes of this race at this point? It's kind of hard to do when you got a 64 pushing you with everything. I mean, Cody's right there. He is not letting up at all.
Oh, the 99 dropped down in front of his teammate.
See, all you got to do is switch camera angles and new leaders show up.
Yeah. Is Gary going to drop down? He's going to hold that high line.
Gary Bowman is kind of by himself back here. I mean, he's got David Rogerson in the very back in that 19. He's going to drop to the front, though, so he is going to take over the lead. So they're starting to just play musical chairs with the leaders up here.
Yeah, now the next guy coming in that top line, he's got his teammate right behind him. And then also Steven's got his teammate behind him. So I think he'll probably hold the top line.
I think that's your new favorite. That's your new favorite word of the day.
I've only said it 3 times now. I don't know, Chris. It looks like that second group's turning about the same lap times as this group. They're 5 seconds back now. I think they're going to need a caution to be able to catch up.
Yeah, they are definitely going to need a caution back here. I mean, they're trying to be single file, but it's just not as grouped up as that front group. So
I don't think they have as many cars, and I wonder if that's, you know, they're not punching such a big hole in the air.
Look at this, as we went back, that top shelf, Adam
The leader.
Pettit, where did Connor Hazel come from? All of a sudden, he's now on that bottom line leading. Cody Richardson's going to move back up to the top, but yeah, Adam Pettit leading the way. Stephen Hine, teammates there, Red Racing on that top shelf, leading the way.
Yeah, Cody Richardson jumped back up to that top. And like I heard, oh, did Cody Meadows just put it in the wall? It almost looked like it. Told you he's good at that. Like I heard pre-race, that top line looks like it's almost working better now that these tires have worn. So
Yeah, you see Cody Richardson's up there. Neil Hale is up there. How about Neil Hale all of a sudden? I mean, he was up in the front anyway. He's only gained one spot, but there he is now, starting to form a run.
Cody's just jumped to the bottom.
Connor got shuffled back into sixth position. Cody Meadows now on the inside. Cody and Cody.
Yeah, he gave him a big shot there to push him out to the front too.
Ooh, you see the 99 little sliding out of the corner there.
Yeah, you know, we're 30 laps into this run, so pit stops are coming up again soon. But these tires got to be starting to give up. So going through that trioval where it's tricky, those tires are going to slide.
Forward just kind of faded back as well.
And that top line's just pushing out closer and closer to that wall.
Oh! It's close back there between Evan and Coleridge. How about that? Cody Richardson back to the front. Cody Meadows looked like he moved up. Cody Richardson's now going to move up. So it's kind of understanding where that momentum is coming from. Bumping in the corners.
These guys are playing a dangerous game there.
Oh, yeah, that bumping out of the corner. Out of the turn, though. Woo! Cody Richardson leading right now. Cody Meadows pushing that back bumper.
Yeah, that bottom line seems to tighten up, so we'll see if Connor can't get that run to get back up there to the front. It's like an accordion, they tighten up and then they spread out.
Coleridge just kind of backed out of this a little bit here. You wonder if he's starting to feel there's some energy brewing that he does not want to be a part of. See, he's way in the back now, that inside lane, and looks like he's probably more of a cautious approach for a minute here.
Yeah, I mean, we are 38 to go. You still got one more pit stop. Plenty of time. You know what I'm seeing, though, Chris, why these guys are doing this? That second group is catching them.
It is. They are 2.2 seconds, so they are closing in.
Joey
Promise
seeing if he can get back up there.
They catch them right as the pit cycle starts. Yeah, Mike, we got to be closing in here on pit runs probably in the next, 5 laps probably?
Yeah. And that's where it's, I mean, hopefully we can get through these green this time, and that's where it's going to get really interesting to see who can get on and off pit road efficiently and get grouped back up as fast as possible.
Yep.
That's where the race is going to be decided if we stay this way. And they're all getting single file here, Chris, so I think we're coming in the next couple laps.
Cody Richardson still leading the way. Cody Meadows right behind him. Adam Pettit, that's your top 3 right now. Connor Hazel, Gary Bowman in 5th. Jerry Isaac, Stephen Hine, David Rogerson, Evan Watkins, and John Ross are going to round out that 10. And Mike, this is now down to 1.7 seconds, this second group.
Yeah, so they're going to start catching that draft, and then they're going to be You called it. They're going to be right there, right about the time these guys call out to go into the pits. So this could get really, really interesting.
Yes.
Because once they catch, they're going to have a big, huge run catching that group. So you're going to have to check up this group or go to the outside, and then everybody's trying to get to the pits. There's just too much. I'm glad I'm sitting up here talking to you about it.
It's now down to 1.5. Joey can see him.
Oh, I hear people calling out pits, so I think that front group's getting ready to go.
Robert McMillan's going to come down pit road. He had a big lockup right there.
Evan getting up top. He doesn't plan on coming with this group, apparently. Just 5 out of that front group. Oh, easy up.
Oh, my goodness, so many lockups. They all were locking them up coming in. Here comes another group right behind them. Oh,
He's missing it. That's not how you go in.
yeah, no, the 65 really missed that. Who's that? That is Chris Letts. He's going to pull in. Yeah, he's going to have a penalty.
Taking the Legends Oval. Pit road's about to get real busy. I hear a whole bunch of call-outs.
Comes Joey Signs, Jacob Bowen, Dave Sanders, Kyle, Nadeau, Paul Turner are in. Watching these. Where's this next group? Oh, here they're coming in. Oh, Andy Cork. Woo, that was fast.
Up all the way through.
All right, now is this group coming in? Doesn't look like it. Oh, some of them are. Oh, Gary Bowman, Jerry's going to get into it. Oh.
Oh.
That looked like that was just a real tight entry for all of them right there.
Yeah.
How about this, though? I mean, they're a little bit gapped out from probably what they want to be here, but right now the Velocity crew is 1, 2, 3, so this was definitely in their plan to all come in together. The problem is they're gapped.
I'm looking at the first guy that has pit. I don't know if my timing chart's fixed, but last night's winner looks like the first guy that's made a pit stop is back out on the track. Looks like he's the first one of that group.
Look, these two have separated. Cody Richardson and Cody Meadows having a really good one.
Oh, now my timing chart just updated. So yeah, I think those two are the first two.
And now we're down to these three here. Dusty Martin, Leroy Kolbenitz, and Chris Wheeler have not come down. They are definitely looking for a caution is what they were doing here.
Yeah. Now Joey, you see kind of there at the end of the screen, he's falling out of the screen, but he has already pit, so.
Yeah, here comes Dusty Martin. They're coming in. Chris Wheeler's this group. Ooh, big lockup there. Ooh, I think that's a speeding penalty for the 27. Connor Hazel is still on pit road. Gary Bowman had to serve a penalty. Yeah, Connor Hazel as well served a penalty. So that pit stop there, we see some penalties. Eric Anderson as well had a penalty, so he's now way back down in 35th position. But Mike, as these cycle out, Cody Richardson and Cody Meadows, bumper to bumper, have a 2.6 second lead over this group of cars here. Adam Pettit, Evan Watkins, Jerry Isaacson. How about Dave Sanders rebounding? He's up into 6th position, up 25 positions now.
Yeah, if these guys can get, hooked up and just stay pretty close to each other, they're going to run down those front two.
So then you start to wonder, when does this group come in now? Coleridge, John Ross is there. There's Neil Hale. Joey Signs here in the top 10. So, and we're closing in on 25 to go here before too long. It is definitely going to get turned on in just a minute.
Yeah, if I'm Cody and Cody, I'd say locked in all the way to the end. That's your best shot, is to just stay like that.
Yeah, you're going to have some lap cars behind you. That is Kendon right here.
And that's only going to help. If Kendon can get up there to Cody Meadows' bumper and make that a 3-car group, that's going to help them try to maintain that gap.
There he is with his googly eyes. Your favorite headset.
I really want to know, are those PlayStation games in the back?
It is now under 2 seconds for this group. They are closing in.
Yeah, and they're much tighter. You know, I mean, there's obviously more of them, but they're packed in tight to where Cody and Cody were kind of separated. They really need that extra car to help them get tightened up and be able to maintain speed.
Well, and this group's going to get another benefit. They got David Rogerson right in front of him here in the 19 who had to serve a penalty. So they're going to get a little bit of draft momentum from him as well. Yes, 1.9 seconds is the gap. As we are at 25 laps to go here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. Race number 2 in what should be hot Atlanta, but it is freezing cold.
Old Lanta.
Cold
That doesn't
Atlanta.
sound right.
High of 48 for Sunday's race, by the way. Going to be great. Can't wait.
Are you going to be there, Chris?
We will be there. Whole family. What a way to bring my kids to their first NASCAR race when it's polar temperatures out here.
Yeah, put on a parka, guys.
Yeah, set myself up for success with that one.
Dad of the year. Check.
Yeah. Hey, 1.6 seconds, but they got a bunch of lap cars here now helping them, so this is going to get interesting here for the 64 and the 8. They are going to get some help. You know, the second group really is not a fan of that right now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's enough cars there. That second group might be sniffing Eric Anderson's draft there, so that might actually help the second group catch that first group.
Oh, I mean, Evan Watkins is on the bumper of Adam Pettit right now. I think they've got that draft. I think they've got it here. It's going to get real close and real entertaining. Because they'll have a run by the time they catch them.
Yeah, but can they get by is the question. You know, I mean, it's going to stall out. Is everybody going to stay in line? Yeah, this is going to get, I'm going to call it real neat. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to get real neat.
This next group here, Stephen Hine, they're closing in as well. They're only 1.3 back, so they're starting to catch in and close in on that group. Well, they're closing in on this group here with Coleridge, but they are 3.5 seconds back from Dave Sanders and them. So these groups here might need a caution or a lot of help.
Yeah, I think
a lot of side-by-side racing and lap traffic.
And with this few laps, we saw it last time. It almost took an entire fuel run for a second group to catch the first pack. So even if these guys get side by side, I don't think we're coming to 20 to go here. I don't think it's going to be enough time. But that group's caught.
They have caught him there on that outside lane, rolling here. But to your point, it did kind of stall out as soon as they got to alongside these lap vehicles on the inside lane. Oh, and Evan Watkins with a power move there to the bottom.
And we've got that's a lap car in there in the middle.
Yeah, Kendon and Evan's going to move, and they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, your tone of voice matched my face. Holy cow.
These lead cars right now have no patience for these lap drivers. They are, get out of the way. We're racing for some wins right now.
Looked like Dave Sanders might have touched the wall there a little bit.
Car looks pretty good, though. Yep.
Probably killed a little momentum, but looks like he's caught back onto it.
So Dave Sanders can clear. That'll put all the lap cars at the tail end of this group. He's kind of still mixed among them at this point. And Coleridge's group now is 3.3 seconds back, but it's about to become a group of a lot more cars. About 8 cars in total, trying to then chase down this group of 6 drivers, but they have a bunch of lap cars with them as well.
Yeah, at 18 to go, I think they're going to need help. I think our winner comes out of this group if we go green the rest of the way.
Wow. They make it, though, because, this group up here, if we saw what they were just doing with lap cars, we may be gearing up for an overtime finish here, but we'll see. But right now, it is getting exciting. Look at Cody Meadows on that bumper of Cody Richardson.
Yeah, and, I've talked about it before. I've talked to Cody Meadows about remaining calm, and this is where I'd be in his ear. But since he doesn't have that, I'm curious to see if he could be patient here.
You haven't told him just turn the broadcast on, because eventually I'm going to say it over the broadcast?
No, he watches wrestling while he races, so.
Top shelf, Jerry trying to push. You can see the lap car. Kendon there, way on the apron.
Getting out of the way, you think?
Either out of the way or just got a little bit loose there. Can Jerry try to get something rolling? Dave Sanders has now moved up. Jerry and Dave Sanders are teammates, crash test dummies.
Yeah, they are teammates and teammates. Not teammates, not teammates. So, yeah. Those guys will work well together. They've done it plenty of times over there at Mad Sim. So
they're super friends.
Super friends.
Evan Watkins is trying on that bottom lane. Adam Pettit on the top.
Oh, and they've got some lap cars coming up in front of them. Holy cow.
Yeah, Corey Sherman gets out of the way.
Yeah, and for those of you out there watching, it sucks to do it, but man, that's the right thing to do, especially within 20 to go. Get out of the leader's way, let him go by.
There you can see the 15. He's moving up to the top shelf.
It's kind of breaking this front group up a little bit, hitting these.
Did you see the same thing I saw there, the 15 with a little bit of a move there? It actually gave a little bit of run here. Here comes the 17 with Jerry.
Somehow Jerry lost Dave and all that.
Evan is there though. Yeah, Dave's stuck in a 3 wide right now.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to separate that front group again.
We're about to be side by side for the lead. 13 laps to go. Big run down the backstretch here to the 17.
Yep, and again, I've talked about it a couple times. You know, I wonder later in this tire run if that top line doesn't have a slight advantage.
Yeah, we'll see here. 3 cars. Adam Pettit, Jerry Isaacs, and Evan Watkins. Looked like Evan almost got in the wall there and entry to 1.
Adam out to the lead. And he's staying with Jerry. He didn't drop to the bottom like we've seen these guys do either.
No, he is staying right there. But look at the group of cars back here. Coleridge and them. Mike, we said they might need a caution, but they are like 1.8 seconds back here.
Yeah, and if these lap cars get out of the way and they stay formed up, holy cow, this could get nuts with 5 to go.
Yeah, they are coming in quick now. It's already down to 1.6. Coleridge's going to want the 95 to move up out of the way. Oh, yeah, they got it. This is going to get real interesting here. 11 laps to go.
Yeah, especially with these guys too wide. That back group's coming. This is when I start moving around in my seat, Chris, because this is about to get real fun.
Oh!
Evan's in the wall.
He's going to get into Cody.
They save it?
They
Holy
saved
cow.
it. I was trying to find him so quick.
But that's bringing that back group right now.
Oh, that
have to go right now.
Yeah, that brought him right there. Evan was flirting with that wall on entry. We called it just a few laps ago that he was kind of getting there. John Ross in the background, I think, just hit the wall as well.
Yeah, those front 3 see that in their mirror, and they just want to hook up and go. But, I mean, this back group's got such a run. They're coming.
Coleridge is there. John Ross is there. Dave Sanders is part of this. Don't count out. There's Joey Sainz. He's rolling in. Oh, we got issues on the backstretch. Who's that?
Evan and Cody again.
Cody's going to slide back up. Yeah, they got into it again. They got into Jacob Bowen. He was able to hold it. Cody's not going to be. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
And yellow is out. Chris Wheeler has gone around. Oh! I was trying to go back to see if we could see what happened with Evan Watkins, and then 8 to go. Mike, anybody coming down pit road?
No.
As we went to that caution, Jerry is showing us the leader right now.
With Cody right behind him. Holy cow, I wonder what happened. Why did we miss it? What'd you do, Chris?
Well, I was trying to see what happened. I didn't think they were going to bring out the caution this early. If this was any other race, Mike, look at 1, 2, 3 right now. Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's moving around. Dave Sanders is I think, got an end line. He's moving back, but for a minute there, it was 1, 2, 3. Old school Mad Sim. All right, let's watch here. Let's see, and then we'll go back and watch. Does anybody come down?
Jerry's pretending.
He's thinking about it. I think track position's
Yeah.
too vital here. All right, let's go back. Let's see if we can see what happened to Chris Wheeler. Oh, it looks like Caleb, Chris Wheeler, Ed Jurgen. Oh, that's a big one in the back of the track.
Yeah, and it looked like Chris was just a victim there of whatever was happening in front of him, and it just collected everybody.
Yeah, it looked like they were kind of fanned out, and then that just kind of caused everybody to go around.
Yeah. Looked like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head just kind of pushed their way through. Did you see that? That was pretty good.
Where is Cody Meadows? Trying to see if I can see what happened here to Cody Meadows. And
yeah, it happened a little bit before this.
there's Cody Meadows. Oh, it's even...
Yeah, hit that rewind button, Chris. Here we go.
Ooh, I think the 8 might have been thinking there was a gap and went underneath, but that was going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, that is, the rule is all 4 above the, well, double yellow, red here at Atlanta, so.
All right, we're going to cheat. We're going to cheat.
Gets a big run. Yeah, he definitely put him down on the red, and Evan, there was nowhere to go.
Look at that. They get into Jacob Bowen, and he catches that, so good driving there. And then, yeah, we saw the caution there with a few drivers. So now, Jerry is on point. Lights are out. We're going to be going green with 4 laps to go. Jerry and Cody on the front row. Teammates side by side behind them. Coleridge and John Ross in row 2. Row 3 is going to see Dave Sanders, Adam Pettit. How about Joey Sainz, Stephen Hine, Neil Hale, and Kyle Nadeau are going to be your starting top 10 in these closing 4 laps, pending an overtime.
Yeah, that caution just made it quite interesting. Got the whole pack back together. I think iRacing's being a little weird, Chris. I hear race control having to do a lot of talking here under this caution. I think iRacing's just messing with these drivers a little bit.
Well, it is release week last week, so no, that was this week, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was a week ago. Someday.
We don't do math. We don't pay attention to a calendar here. Still grouped up here a little bit, so I know race control is going to be kind of yelling at it. Get closer, bumper to bumper. And that's not just this league. If you listen into the race control for NASCAR races, they do the same thing. They yell at them and tell them, get bumper to bumper, everybody. Too many gaps.
As you're talking about it, I can hear race control saying exactly that. Bumper to bumper, we've had too many issues.
Look at that start there for the 51.
It looked like the 64 spun his tires.
Yeah, he did not take off. That really hurt Coleridge. But now, did the 51 get too much of a jump? Look at John Ross. Far to the outside. Here comes his teammate. But that's going to open up old school Mad Sim on that bottom row. 3 cars lined up. Where does Joey Sainz go?
He's going to, it looks like so far he's going to that bottom. And that bottom's got more cars and they're more lined up. So where I would go as well. That top line needs to get put together. And that separated the pack again.
You can see Coleridge there has not left the bumper. He'll blow the car up at this point. 3 laps to go. There you can see him getting there, cooling it down.
He's going
to almost look like he was going to try to move it, leave his teammate there and say, hey, we got to go. He does leave. He blocks Kyle down in the inside lane.
Forces Kyle to hit that red line. This all works out for Jerry's favor. Jerry's liking what he's seeing in his rearview mirror. All those guys jumping back and forth from line to line.
I'll tell you right now, though, if you are a Crash Test Dummies fan, leading the race, 3rd place and 4th place, 2 laps to go, They shuffle Cody Richardson out of here. We may have our first team 1, 2, 3.
See Kyle Nadeau jumping up there to the top line. Joey jumped up to go with him.
Yeah, Joey went for the block. Coleridge still trying to find a lane. White flag is in the air. No overtime. Jerry leading. Joey's getting left. Nobody's going with him.
Yeah, that run's got to come from Dave or Cody right there. Oh,
Ooh, Dave moved up and tried to come back down, but here comes John Ross. Coleridge is right there. Does Cody Richardson do anything out of the corner here? Does he try to go back-to-back wins? He doesn't. Dave Sanders going to lose it.
Jerry wins.
Jerry's going to pick up the win. Cody Richardson second, and John Ross once again on the podium 2 weeks in a row.
Man, that was a heck of a finish. Holy cow.
That was a really good finish. Jerry picking up. Is this his first win on Thursday nights?
I believe it is. I believe you are correct.
Jerry going to pick up the win here on a Thursday night. Now we got to go find all the rooms these drivers are in.
I got one of them. I got Jerry coming now.
I got Jerry. I got it.
Okay.
There's the other. I got it. We got it, Mike. We got it. I think so.
Yep.
All right. He is still out there burning down the house in that 51. What a finish, Jerry. Picking up the win here at Atlanta, race number 2. Woo! Talk us through those final laps for you.
Oh, man. Final laps were easy. All I had to do was drive in a straight line, let Cody push me. I did not want to see that caution. I was hoping to race it out, but when the caution came, I knew, obviously we're on different teams, but I knew if I could get down in front of Cody, I thought he'd push me and be happy with the second, and I got lucky he was.
Now, Jerry, I know you've gotten a bunch of wins on our other series. Is this your first Thursday night win?
This is my first Cup podium.
There we go. Bringing it home in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. And what a good race here for your team, too, as you think about it. You're going to bring home the win. Dave Sanders there had a little bit of an unluck there. He's going to come home 15th, but Joey Signs with the top 5. So Crash Test Dummies here having a good Atlanta.
Yeah, if we could get all 4 guys to show up, we'd be having some pretty good team points.
That you would, but all the points for you, though, that matters. Bringing home the win, showing these Division I drivers what's up, and bringing home a victory as a Division II driver.
Pretty exciting, man. Glad to be able to get on the podium here in the Cup Series.
Well, we're excited for you. It is a fun one to have. Congrats. You blow the motor up. Now you can't take it to where, I don't even know where we are next week, but you can't even take this car now to it's the Roval. So you don't want this car at the Roval anyways.
No, go on. I need to turn left and right.
Yeah. But Jerry, man, getting it done here tonight, picking up your first win on Thursday nights in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup. What an awesome race. It was fun to watch you move through the pack, work the draft. I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Well, first of all, I got to say sorry to Gary Bowman. I'm sure you caught it. We were coming in the pits, and I locked it down to 30 and still rear-ended him. I'm not sure if he had a slow entry or I was just too hot, but I spun him coming in the pits. Gary, I'm really sorry about that. Other than that, I just want to thank my teammates and thank Cyber Thunder and, of course, Wheels for Warriors USA. Hi, Mom.
All right, Jerry. Thanks again. And, hey, maybe we're talking to you from the Roval. You like those left and right turns.
Yeah, this car is a little bit of a handful, but absolutely.
That's like just not in a stock car.
Exactly.
All right. Congrats again on your first victory here Thursday nights. We'll hopefully talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks.
Get him out of there. And I think, Mike, you have caught up with our second place finisher here tonight, Mr. Cody Richardson.
Cody, another podium, another week. Did you come in there to the end? Did you plan on just riding behind Jerry? Did you think about stepping out of line? I kept wondering, when's Cody going to make his move?
If there had been an outside lane going, I might have thought about it. But if you try to go on your own, you're just dead in the water. I mean, looking in my mirror, it looked like Dave either washed wide or tried to make a move and then rethought about it because there was just no help on that outside line. If you'd get 2 or 3 cars lined up, you could make it. But as soon as Jerry pulled down in front of me, I was content to sit behind him and push him to a win if I could. He's raced here so long. has been looking for a win. You stopped him from getting a couple in the Wednesday night series a couple seasons ago. So, I mean, the best I can do is get him a win here in the Thursday night one.
Yeah, that didn't really happen. We kept calling him all night, or I kept calling him your teammate, not teammate, because you guys have been teammates for so long, but not teammates this year in this series. It's got to be nice to see Jerry get the win. Now, you were up front all night, you and Cody. It was the Cody and Cody show. Did you want it to go green? What did you think when that last caution came out?
I was wanting it to go green, but I mean, Adam and Jerry had gotten to us and had gotten around us and everything. I'd gotten Jerry in front of me again, lined up. I would have preferred it to go green. But man, I got to give Cody Meadows props. That was one of the best pit stops me and him have ever done together. Came out 3 seconds ahead of everybody else when it cycled through. If we could have just had one more car, we probably could have walked away from the field alone, but 2 cars just can't do it. But man, again, congratulations to Jerry. I'm glad to see him get the win. I'm glad I could help him do it.
Yep, and we haven't looked at the points yet, but I'm sure you're going to extend your points lead from the win last week, second place this week, and then going on to the Roval next week. How are you feeling about turning right and left in that technical infield coming next week?
I don't, knock on wood, I believe I'm undefeated on road courses in the Cup Series. I'd like to keep it that way, but I don't know. Cody Meadows and a couple other guys have put in a lot of work in on the road courses. They've gotten really, really fast. One slip up and you're in the wall, the car's trash next week at the Roval. It's going to be a tough race, and we got 40 laps of that. It's going to be tough to keep concentration for the entire 40 laps, and anything can happen, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it.
Well, Cody, personally, I hope your wood is plastic and it doesn't work. But we're going to turn it over to you, man. Let you give your shout-outs.
Yeah, first off, thanks to you guys up here in the booth, the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network. You guys putting on great shows every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night for us here. Thanks to Wheels for Warriors USA for sponsoring this for another season. Doing great stuff for our veterans. Somebody throw that link in the chat over there. Let them look at it. Go check them out. Maybe do a donation or two. Help them out a little bit. Thanks to all my sponsors on the car here, Mad Sim Racing, Javicki Insurance, Great Hire, Alien Awards, PKC, Into the Apex podcast. I'm sure I'm missing a couple on there as well. There's a bunch of them on there, and I appreciate all of them and Mad Sim Racing for letting me be on there. Hi to all the friends and family out there watching. Hi, Mom. Can't forget that, of course. And just want to say, check out madsimracing.com, who Jerry is a part of, and intotheapex.com. Maybe you'll hear Jerry talk about his adventures in Mexico on a podcast one day.
Well, awesome, Cody. It's great to see you back on the podium for week 2. Hey, we're going to kick you out. We're going to bring in John Ross. Chris, I think you got John. He's on the podium 2 weeks in a row here.
Yeah, back-to-back third place finishes for the 99, but John, looked like you had a shot at the very end there.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of a run, and I had Coleridge right behind me, and we were kind of talking in chat. When that when that restart happened, we knew that Jerry and Cody would link up, and so when we got in front, we took off, and Jerry, he kind of swerved down below to catch Cody, and Culver swerved up, and I'm like, this is all we got, man. let's just hope we can get a big enough run. But yeah, man, I'm excited. It was a good finish.
Really good finish, third place finish. The ebbs and flows of this race, you kind of were always up towards the front, but what was it like with the runs, the side drafting, and was it just kind of late in the runs that top lane would come in, or was bottom lane always showing the pace?
It was definitely bottom lane early for about 10 or 15 laps, and then once you got a little wear, so we would make sure that we would save a little bit of tire early on in the run. That way, once we moved up to the top, we didn't push because we were behind quite a few people. That when they went up to that top lane, you'd see them kind of push out toward the wall a little bit. So it was saving a little tire early, and then once that top lane really started coming in, was having enough tire to be able to take it up there.
All right. Well, hey, you had a good run here tonight. Next week we head to the Roval. 2 back-to-back third-place finishes. Does third time bring a charm? And how you feeling going left and right next week?
I am not feeling fantastic, to be honest. So I've got some practice in, to be honest, and road course has really never been, my thing. So I've been putting some practice in, but I don't feel very comfortable. I'm trying to survive, stay in front of some of those D3 drivers, and we'll do the best we can.
Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll keep our eye on the points too. You came in as the D3 leader, and I'm going to extend that lead most likely here tonight. So we'll keep our eye on how that's going to shake out for next week. But before we send you back down with back-to-back threes, you know the flow. I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, Wheels for Warriors USA really appreciate the sponsorship for the series. Chris, you and Mike do fantastic. Mike, I know that you've been filling in for the past 2 or 3 races, so really appreciate that. Doing a fantastic job. I have to say thank you to my Velocity crew. We never know when these drafts are going to come out, kind of how things are going to go, but Coleridge and Connor and Matt have been amazing. Also have to shout out my Gray Beer team. Andy, Eric, Leroy, really helping me out throughout the week doing this. So Connor Hazel, thank you for the paint, the design on the vehicle. So really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. It can't be happy enough, man.
All right. Well, we appreciate you and having you coming out each week, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week, but maybe not a three-peat of third place. See if you get you further up the podium.
Yep, let's hope so. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, Mike. Well, that's going to do it there. There are our top 3, but what a race here tonight.
Oh, man, Chris, that was fun. I got to say, if any of the other division or series drivers are watching this, look, guys, they just ran a super speedway race on a shorter track and had less caution. So I'd like to see that spread out across the league. Okay, I'll get that out of the way. Man, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. As we're going to pull up here our race results. Once I figure out which button to push. There it is. So bringing home the win, Jerry Isaacs, Cody Richardson second, and 2 weeks in a row, John Ross going to come home third. How about this Velocity crew with a 3-4? Coleridge going to come home fourth. Joey Signs, so 1-5 finish there for Crash Test Dummies. So Joey Signs with a top 5 finish. That's a good way to back up that win from last night. Evan Watkins in 6th. Look at Revved Racing here, 7, 8, 9. Adam Pettit, Justin Horton, and Stephen Hine. And then Dusty Martin with Last Place Motorsports going to round out your top 10.
Yeah, and Dusty started on the pole. That's not a bad finish. We saw him go up and down. And then in 11th, Neil Hale coming out pretty strong. Jacob Bowen with that great save we saw there late in 12th. Carter Lawson was in the back to the front to the back in 13th. Kyle Nadeau in 14th. Dave Sanders in 15th. Paul Turner in 16th. Jeremy Flanagan in 17th. Cody Meadows dropped all the way back to 18th with that contact. Dave Gainforth up to 19th. Andy Cork in 20th.
Front row, Nadeau.
Front row, Nadeau.
Nadeau.
Did I say Nadeau?
You did.
Jeez.
We've turned it into a drinking game here on the network. 21st place, Caleb Ellswick had that lap 1 incident right at the start. Was able to kind of rebound, get back on the lead lap, but not up towards the top 10. He's going to come with a 21st place finish. Robert Millen Jr. is going to be the first car a lap down in 22nd. Gary Bowman, 23rd. He was having a really good run until the end there. Got a penalty, we heard Jerry got into him by accident on pit road and got that penalty. Kendon Koch in 24th. Stephen Meoke, 25th. Andrew Caldwell, 26th. Daniel Keenan coming home 27th. Corey Sherman in 28th. And we're going to round the field out here. Connor Hazel in 29th. Chris Wheeler in 30th. Eric Anderson, Garrett Johnson, David Rogerson, Chris Letts, Ed Jurgen, Leroy Kolbenitz, and Steven Music will be the last car. Alan Ayers unable to get it rolling here tonight. But, Mike, man, that was a lot of fun. But now we get to move forward to next week as we think about the 3 nights a week here that we're going to be broadcasting. Once again, if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. Come join us here on the network Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night as we think about Tuesday night in the Down and Out Paint Shop Tuesday Night Thunder. I already screwed that up, Mike. We're going to be at Michigan. Hopefully I'm racing in that one, making my season debut. But we'll be Michigan on Tuesday nights. Wednesday night, the Ellswick Esports Rising Stars is going to be doing the correct Charlotte, where it is the oval. And then here, Thursday night in the Wheels for Warriors USA, you heard us ask the drivers during the post-race. It is the Roval, left and right turns on Thursday night. So again, hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on. Mike, what do you say we close this thing up and enjoy the weekend and start making our way to Michigan?
Yeah, and you better bring a truck this time, Chris. I want to see you on the racetrack.
Well, I'll just find my way to the truck because I get access to the passwords. All right. Everyone, have a good rest of your evening. Have a good Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you Tuesday night from the virtual Michigan International Speedway. Later. Bye.